was your favorite non-musical scene in the film?
Oh, this changes every time I do an interview, so don't quote me on this.
Yeah.
But lately, I think the funniest scene, just for yucks, for me is probably the one in the Shea Paul, the fancy restaurant, which is
Yeah.
great, like class conflict scene. John Landis does great class conflict. I mean, Animal House is all about class conflict, rich wankers versus poor schmucks, basically. And in that Blues Brothers scene, Elwood and Jake Blues are just clearly these destitute characters,
Yeah.
barely, probably smell bad and they look bad and they're poor and broke and living in a shotgun apartment in a tenement building. And they go into this upper crust North Suburban Splendor Gold Coast restaurant, which apparently in real life was kind of dingy. Like the assistant director told me that when they shown like proper studio like set production lights
Mhm.
inside the Shea Paul, it was like filthy and people paying like top dollar. I never dined there, but so that's a great scene of them throwing the shrimp and how
Yeah.
that's my favorite scene for sure. Yuck's value, and Pee Wee Herman's in it too.
Oh yeah. He's a waiter, isn't he?
He's a waiter, yeah.
Yeah.
The script called for a very gay waiter. That's not Pee Wee. There's another waiter who has like a mustache and who's very flamboyant. And then Pee Wee, who's probably also supposed to be a gay waiter, comes up, and they're all very disapproving of everything that Jake and Elwood are doing. What's your favorite scene, musical or otherwise?
It may not be my favorite, but it's the most memorable for me is the scene where Murph and the Magic Tones are playing and Jake and Elwood come there to see him. And that's when he says, where's our money? And all that. Murph and the Magic Tones. And he said, he's talking about the monkey suits and everything they're wearing. He said, you're still wearing the same clothes you were 3 years ago and all that. That whole thing just cracks me up.
That's where the whole band gets introduced, so it's a cool scene. And also the cinematographer, Stephen Katz, told me. So the movie mostly is very noir. I mean, you're kind of noir, black and white and
Yeah.
contrasts, not a lot of color, right? In
Yeah.
most, it's almost a black and white film, and very sharp contrast between the darks and the lights. But in that scene, it changes and becomes this very colorful
Yeah.
1970s, cheesy
Shag carpet and stuff.
lounge scene, and Stephen Katz really played up that contrast. So that I'm not surprised that stood out because the scene does stand out. It's really different from the
Yeah.
film.